Hey guys, what's up? Mike here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. So I want to talk about this Miss Universe pageant debacle that happened yesterday and talk about some bad UI design, user testing, and some things that we can learn from this mistake that happened yesterday. But basically, if you're living under a rock, and apparently I was, because I didn't even know a Miss Universe pageant was happening yesterday until everybody was going crazy. I was chilling at home. People were like, my wife, they're all on Facebook. Hey, did you see what happened with the Miss Universe pageant? I'm like, no, what happened? So I go on Twitter and it's all over the place. Basically, Steve Harvey, who's a comedian by trade, is hosting the Miss Universe pageant contest, and he reads out the wrong winner. He looks at the card and he reads out the wrong winner. He calls out Miss Columbia as the winner, and they crown her as the winner, and they eventually came back and had to apologize and take the crown from her and then crown Miss Philippines, who's the actual winner. And it was just a nightmare, right? So I feel horrible for the guy. I mean, gazillion people are watching this, right? All over the world, and they're just cracking on him. You got internet memes going on Twitter. I mean, it's just, the internet went crazy, right? And it's some fun and games and all that stuff. But me, I look at this and I go, this is a learning experience. And first I feel bad for the guy. When I got on Twitter, I was cracking, after I was laughing at all the memes and stuff, I saw the winner's card, the actual card that he has to read in order to call out the winner. And I instantly, within 2 seconds, I'm like, this is bad design. Because I mistakenly, within 2 seconds, I misread the card. I had to think about it for a second and go, okay, who's the winner? Okay, it says first place, it says first runner-up, Miss Columbia, second runner-up, Miss USA, and then right in the bottom right-hand corner, it says winner, Miss Philippines. Now, there is a basic principle in UI design that we should all of us should go by, and that is, don't make me think. The fact that I look at this card and I had to think for 3 seconds to figure out had to comprehend what I'm reading is, first off, is bad design. Secondly, when people look at a card, you read from left to right. And so when you're actually having to think on a dime, like, you know, you're speaking, you have to announce the winner, and you look at it, you're reading left to right. It says first place runner-up. Someone who's not well versed in the Miss Pageant lingo and all this stuff, and runner-up lingo, I would have read it wrong myself, to be honest with you, okay? So I look at this card and I'm like, this is bad design. What you should have done is said first place, Miss Philippines, second place, Miss Columbia, third place, Miss USA, right? It would have been that simple. Nobody would have messed it up. But here's the learning experience. Here's a learning thing that we can take away from this. As UI designers, this happens all of the time. Basically, this design went out, it got pushed live, and guess what? It failed in user testing. Basically, Steve Harvey read this card and it failed completely, right? It fell on its head. Bad design. The designer is going to get fired or won't be designing the cards anymore, right? But here in UI design, this happens all the time. Basically, when as a UI designer, you're designing interfaces and your team is interacting with your interfaces, your development team is coding it, and everything seems all well and dandy, right? You're demoing it to people, everything seems fine until you get that design in front of someone who's never ever seen it before, don't even know what you guys were talking about for the last 6 months, and interacts with that application, and you can see right away that they're clicking on something that you totally never seen or you missed completely, right? So it happens. And basically what you have to do when you design a product and you and your team thinks that this product is going well, what you need to do is we call it in-house user testing. Basically, you don't even have to go out there and get real clients to use it. All you have to do is get like 2 to 5 people within your organization, maybe like co-workers who work on other products, who haven't seen that interface while you were working on it, and go through a few simple, test cases with them to see if you've covered the basics right. Okay, We do that at ADP a lot, and basically what we do is we don't even get clients. We get our in-house employees, customer service reps who've never seen our app, and we spend like 30 minutes with them, and we get them to go through a few use cases, and we can see the trouble points. Most of the time we've gotten the things right, just the basics, but sometimes we miss, and that's, you got to go back to the drawing board. So with this Miss USA thing, they should have taken that card and given it to a few people and say, is this confusing? Can you tell who the winner is? You know, and go through you know, several test cases before they put out this card to someone who's never ever seen it before. Obviously, Steve Harvey never seen the layout because he messed it up, right? And so that's the thing, guys. UI design, it's all fine, and a lot of people will probably look at that card and say it's totally fine, but that's not the point. The point is your designs aren't accurate unless you get it out there and test it. Okay, a lot of times, even like for me seeing that card, my instinct was saying it was a bad design. Nobody told me it was bad design. I just instinctively saw it and I go, well, the layout's wrong because I almost misread this card. Or I would have probably misread the card too. So a lot of times when you do in-house testing, you can get people to kind of point out these things and say, well, this looks kind of weird because I thought this was this. You know, I thought this button did this. And then you take those notes, you gather that data, you go back to the drawing board and you redesign your screens and then fix those issues. So this all stems from this Miss Universe pageant contest. I thought this is a great learning experience, and basically for new UI designers, that's what user testing is all about. You design some screens, things you think you got the basics right, but do some in-house user testing. You know, if you're doing freelance projects, grab your mom, grab your sister, grab your dad, have them go through a few use cases. If you're at work, obviously grab co-workers who work on other departments and other areas of your product and never seen your interfaces before, and have them do the user testing. So that's what we do at ADP, and you do this and it will solve a lot of problems. You won't have these terrible moments like this particular one. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned a little bit from this, and a terrible situation. A lot of laughs last night from all the memes, but I feel bad for Steve Harvey and all the people involved, but it is what it is. But it's a learning experience for us and for new UI designers, right? Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the things that I talk about, please hit the like button. If you want to learn more about the things that I do and the training that I provide, go to my website, mlwebco.com, and look out for more videos, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace.